Hey guys, good morning. It's 7 o'clock. I had to get up early this morning to finish some homework I have to turn in, but I turned the news on, Fox News, and I don't know who all watches my channel, but I wanted to give you a little rundown of what's going on. Um, so apparently there's a strike from the ports. The only reason I know this is because I used to work for a grocery store here in Middle Georgia, a very popular grocery store. I used to work for Publix. And so I know what it means for the trucks to come in from the port. You know, they, so right now in the news, the port workers are on strike. It says it's the first strike within 50 years. So I just wanted to warn people in my community that watch my channel what that means. Because I don't know who's watching my channel. I don't know, if it's young people or older people, but um, sometimes this knowledge is just not, sometimes you just don't know what that means. And so what what that means when the people in the ports go on strike, all of our groceries that we get from Walmart to Sam's Club to Publix to Aldi, they all come in on trucks from the ports. So, those semi trucks carrying the big, um, you know, um, I call them boxes. I don't know. But they go pick up these boxes, from the port. So if the port is on strike, that means they're not moving the trucks. So what's going to happen? People are going to start panicking, okay? The grocery stores are going to start looking slim pickings. So if you have the opportunity to go pick up some groceries, not, don't make a panic about it. Just go pick up a few things that you may need. I've seen this happen. I have personally seen this happen during the pandemic, because I was an essential worker during the pandemic, and I had to be at work during the whole COVID pandemic. And the government came in and told us that we had to limit groceries. And I know you guys remember this. I don't know if it happened in your area, but here in Middle Georgia, they put restrictions on food. You can only get so many canned foods. I remember this. I used to have to tell customers only 2 cans per family. And some of these women would come in and some of these men would come in and have families who they would literally tell me, how am I supposed to feed my family with 2 cans and this and that? I didn't keep my job very long because I mean I worked there for like 3 years, but during the pandemic when people would come in and say stuff like that, I would be like, you're right. Just come on, let me check you out. I'd make sure the manager wasn't around and I check these people out, because I'm thinking if I need someone to show me a little mercy, I want someone to show me mercy. So I was showing people mercy. Like, yeah, I understand. Like, women would come in and they're just trying to buy a canned soup or canned milk or, evaporated milk for their baby. And I'm like, how am I supposed to say no to them? But the reason I'm making this video is because I want you guys to know, if these workers stay on strike for a while, the food is going to start dwindling down. All the food all our food comes from the ports, from these trucks. So if they stop moving, our food stops moving, and they don't look like they're going to let up anytime soon. So make sure you guys have some canned food, some water. This is the things that we were talking about, and that I was talking about in that one video, to make sure you have stuff stocked up. Go and pick up some groceries, because guys, I'm telling you, now that this is happening, the stores are going to be packed. Other people who watch the news and keep up with stuff like this, they know what this means. So, and it's not only food, it's going to be hygiene products, everything that the U.S. gets is brought in from overseas. I think it's funny when people be like, why you shop on Temu? Temu's from China. Guys, I want you to pick up almost everything in our homes is made from other countries. You guys don't feel no way for shopping from Temu. This is how our government set this up. They set this up that all of our stuff is made in Taiwan. Look at your clothes, all your clothes labels. These people are so ignorant when they're talking about don't shop from Temu. Everything you have in your home is made in other countries. You know, I'm like, who cares who shops on Temu? It, it's crazy. And let me tell you something about Temu. Temu sells products before products put their expensive name on it. So like, for example, oh, I don't have it in here. The like my cup that I bought, it's not a brand name, but it's a like okay, it's a Stanley cup, right? Or it looks like a Stanley cup. So if somebody were to put the Stanley sticker brand name on it, that cup would go from being $9 to $50 or $60. People need to understand how the industries work, right? So don't feel bad for shopping at Temu for all those, because all these things that come in from all these trucks from the ports is from other, you know, I mean, some of the stuff is made in the US, yes, of course. But if people solely shopped stuff made in America, you wouldn't be able to afford it, because land of the free, home of the brave, we upcharge our own people to buy goods. So, you know, I never understand that when I be watching videos and people like commenting on people's videos. You shouldn't shop at Temu. It's from China. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I guarantee you that every single piece of clothing you have on is from China. Okay, you pick up a lamp that you have in your home, made in China. You pick up silverware that you bought for your kitchen, made in China. Okay, these people, I sometimes, but anyway, yeah, this is upsetting because already there's storms, right? All these storms happening. There's another storm already in the Atlantic, so there's people. I saw last night 120 people died in Washington, D.C. from the hurricane. Oh my goodness, guys, it's terrible. So people are hurting right now, and that goes to say too, be careful, because when people get desperate, people start doing silly things. So be careful. Keep your head on a swivel when you're out there. You know, don't just get out of your car aimlessly and walk into a grocery store. I'm not trying to panic nobody. I'm just saying things that you need to be mindful of, especially how the world is going right now. And with this port strike, it's not a good thing. I've seen, like I said, I've seen it firsthand when the trucks were being backed up. People would come in. I worked in the bakery at Publix, and I also worked as a cashier and also stocking the groceries on the shelf. So I had firsthand knowledge of what it is like, the mayhem, the chaos that happens when these grocery stores don't get in food. And guys, I'm telling you, it's so important. You need to have a little bit of storage somewhere. Water. You need to have some canned food, if you can find some healthy canned food, some dried beans. And that's another reason why I needed to get my body healthy, was because if we have to revert to eating canned beans and stuff like that, I need my body to be able to handle that, you know, because a lot of that survival food is carbs, which would turn into sugar. So, but hey, if that's what it comes down to, that's what I'm going to have to do to survive, because, you know, you need food. And we're blessed that my husband's been getting a little garden together. But I just want you guys to be prepared as much as you can. You need to have an emergency like first aid kit. You need to have some hygiene. You need to have some food, you know, dried beans, dried rice, water, things that you can stretch out. So when, you know, if I don't know how long they're going to be on strike, but this is not a small thing. This is the first time this has happened in 50 years. And guys, they are not asking for a little bit. They are asking for a lot. The people on the news are like, this is crazy. These port workers are waking up. These people out in this world, they're waking up to understand what power they have to move people. They're like, these workers are like, we know that our government, not government, but our people in the United States, they can't survive without us, because the foods come in from the port. Everything comes in from the port. Medication that's made in other countries comes through the ports. Everything from medication to hospital supplies to food. I mean, guys, everything we get in the United States is brought in through the ports. And that's the danger of the United States not, uh, outsourcing our work. We people who run companies, they outsource our work to other countries because it's cheap labor, because they don't want to pay people in the United States to make the products because it's too expensive, which is crazy. But yeah, so that's what's happening. So for everyone that doesn't know what it means, the port workers are on strike. That means the ports that bring in these trucks, you know, with the groceries and all the food and everything, they're on strike. And it doesn't look like they're letting up. So if I were you and you could get out today to pick up a few things, go pick up a few things. Whatever you can pick up, like however you would prepare for a storm, do that, because that's what's happening. There's a storm happening out there. And it's called our port workers are on strike. All right. Love you guys. Bye.